Okay, this is Michael Hammer coming back at you tonight. I want to bring some insight to what's really, really going on. People talk about the Passovers, talk about change. Every 25,000 years, if you look at the zodiac in the Mayan calendar, the Mayan calendar is based off 400 years back to 400 years. The zodiac calendar is based off of 25,000 years. Every time 25,000 years is passed over, it's a change. This is the end of a new, old world, beginning of a new world. It's like renewal. So the processions on the zodiac, they go backwards instead of forward. We just left the age of Pisces, the two fish. That's where they get the story about Jesus from. And now we're in the age of Aquarius. They ask Jesus when will be the next Passover. They say, look for the water barrier. And that's the age of Aquarius. That's the age we're in now. And the age of Aquarius was activated 2012, November the 21st, 2012. That's when that cycle began. And that cycle is the end of beginning of alignment, enlightenment. It's a natural change. And we're in that procession, we're in that last procession, age of Aquarius. That's when life, the water barrier, he pouring water down to the earth. So water brings life. That's a new beginning. Get rid of the old, new beginning, new world order. So that's what we're going through, a procession now. And people are unaware of it because they're so caught up in the materialistic world and turn their back on nature. And if you understand astrology, most people don't understand how astrology works. And if you understood astrology, you'd be able to figure things out. They say you'll never know the time when change comes, when judgment day comes. That judgment day is upon us now. That day has come when everybody on this planet is being tested. Their souls are being tested. Their souls are crying out for righteousness, for the truth. So this is a natural change we're going through. The Mayan calendar, it stops at 13 back then. Why stop at 13 back then? Because that's the end of the cycle. That's the end of materialistic world. We're going into the world of truth, the world of love, vibration. And as the love vibration is more powerful than your lower vibration. Your primitive nature. So that's what we're going through, of higher self, a higher level of vibration, love. In the love, if you want to call it the love zone. We've seen the power of hate. Now it's time to see the power of love. And the truth is love. And we are the ones that own that truth. We possess a blueprint to that truth. It's already written in our DNA. We just got to conform to it and stop conforming to man's law. So the 13th back, they turned 13 and made it something that's satanic, but it got something to do with change. They had Jesus, 12 disciples. He made 13. It's about the 12 months out of the year that rotate around the sun. It's about the rotation of the earth. But it's also 25,000 year calendar when change comes. Like I said, beginning of a new world, end of a new old world. Renewal, replenishing. So I talked before about the heart and the brain connection, how it's connected to the universe. All our hearts, when a baby is born, his heart is already connected to the universe, that vibration, that 13th frequency. And if you look at Christ-like, being Christ-like, anointed, that's your highest self, that's your 13th frequency. Friday the 13th has nothing to do with anything. Friday the 13th is when they killed a lot of slaves and stuff. That's what Friday the 13th is. but they turn into something satanic. But that number 13 keep popping up. Back in the early 70s, the Earth was at 8.9 or something like that. It was at that frequency there. Then it started speeding up. It started getting higher and higher. It got to 11 frequency, 11.5, and it kept going up. Now it's at its 13th frequency. And it started when 2012, November the 25th, 21st, 2012. The Earth is at its higher frequency, and that's the 13th frequency. So being anointed, that means you're at your 13th frequency, your higher self. And that's why the Mayan calendar stopped at the 13th factor. We gave way to materialism and turned our back on nature during that time period, that 400-year time period. We started preaching religion and severed our bond with nature. But one thing about nature, got ways of healing yourself and correcting herself. You notice I said herself. And the reason I say herself, because it's feminine energy. Everything is built out of feminine energy. So I'm trying to get people to understand this is bigger than marching, bigger than praying. It's not working. It's more to it than that. And people read the Bible and they don't know that this stuff is supposed to happen. When change comes, it's always destruction, chaos. Buildings burning, monuments being torn down, the statues coming down, and the whole thing, this whole system got to come down and build up from the ground up. It has to come down, and it's falling. It's not going. There's no way they can repair the United States system because it's totally built on the man's law and white supremacists. It's all about them. It's not about nobody else but them. So when I watched that man, those officers kill that man, it brought a lot of fire inside of people. But if you watch, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all watch National Geographic. You see the lions, you see the wild dogs. You see when they hunt, even the hyenas, when they hunt in packs. The rest of them, the lioness, they'll grab one, will grab him by the neck and choke him to death. The others will hold him down. Same thing they were doing right there. See, they call it their reptilian brain, their lower self, their lower frequency. And by the way, that lower frequency is the beast in everybody. When you get angry, that's the beast. But can you control that beast? Can you control your emotions? Can you control your anger? And that's your reptilian brain. That's the lower part of your brain. That's your wild, primitive nature. All they want to do is kill, be killed. Game mentality. You want to have sex, the 4 F's, fornicate, feed, fight, and flight. Is also selfish, got game mentality. That's the part of your brain that in your subconscious mind that controls your breathing, your heartbeat. That's why you don't have to think about it, because the subconscious mind never sleeps and it's controlling your heartbeat. It's also controlling your breathing. That's why you don't have to think about it. So that part of your brain was on display when that man, when those police officers put his knee on the man's neck and choked him to death till his life left his body. It was predators. They was in the predator mode. It was like animals, and they was in their animalistic brain. They was in their animal state of mind. And that world staged anyway. They tell them to do these. They are commanded to do these things. Y'all heard of the Illuminati and all that. They tell people to do things. They're going to go and carry it out. They give their life to carry it out. This is how evil they are and wicked. talking about mental illness. They're mentally ill. They made us ill just like them mentally. But one thing about it, we coming up out of it, we are healing after 400 years of oppression. It made us stronger than make us weaker. It prepared us, whatever you went through, to get to where we at now, this crossroad we at. It was part of you getting there. It was part of your life. You had to take the hard route. Nothing is going to come easy. The truth don't come easy. We got to earn it. And we've earned it through 400 years of oppression. Being deaf, dumb, and blind. Being domesticated. So back to that 13th frequency. Like I say, the earth is at its 13th frequency. And I've said before how the heart and the brain, the connection to the universe, both of them are full of electromagnetic energy. The same electromagnetic energy that come from the earth, that come from the heavens, come from the cosmos. It's the same energy. Your heart got 5 times more electric energy than your brain. But it got 5,000 times more magnetic energy than your brain. So when they're in sync together, you producing throughout your whole body, that electromagnetic energy is flowing through like it's supposed to. See, a lot of people felt this burning sensation in their heart when they saw Floyd get killed on TV. It touched their hearts. And that's when everything was activated through the cosmos, because it touched everybody's heart. And your heart already got a brain of its own. It got a memory. In no true love, the vibration of love, when it hid and when it feel it, because that's what it desire. The vibration of love, your higher vibration. And that's what we're going into, the higher vibration about, the vibration of love, not the vibration of hate. So electromagnetic energy that run through our veins, through our body, is the chakra system. Your brain, the brain cells, the cells in your body get exposed from the heart. No, I'm sorry. You get it from the brain. The brain get exposed from the heart. That's why after 18 days of conception, your brain not even developed inside the mother's womb, but the heart is there. And it's feeding off the electric energy, the magnetic energy from the earth. It's getting its energy from the earth. It's getting its pulse from the earth. The earth gets its pulse from the moon and the sun. The sun gets its pulse from the universe. So your brain and your heart is connected. When you come in this world, your heart is already connected to the universe. So the vibration of love, we done send a signal. It's waiting on us to send a signal to the earth. The earth gonna send a signal to the heavens. And then you're gonna be in higher consciousness, higher state of mind. You'll be in the love zone. And that's for everybody. So the universe is activated. That true love vibration in us, because people that had empathy, their hearts was pure and true to the laws of nature. Those are the ones that going to inherit the earth. The ones that got black hearts, dark hearts, that don't want to budge, that want to stay the way things are. Their time is up. Keep the positive, get rid of the negative. So like I was saying, that 13th frequency, the earth is at its 13th frequency, so we got to catch up. It's vibrating. Everything is built off of vibration. The earth is vibrating right now. It's causing people to act crazy, but it's also causing people to calm down and be peaceful and civilized. It's working both ways. It's no coincidence that we step up, the world step up and got our backs all around the world. Now, somebody mentioned that the world don't have our backs, so I'm talking about the righteous people, not the unrighteous. The hopeless sinners, they got to go because they're all about their self. About self-preservation, not nobody else's life but theirs. So we're going up against the laws of nature and their frequency, the Christ light, the anointed, the light in your head, that pineal gland. There's only one way to activate it. There's only one truth. Because the heart know the truth with the head, and it's going to activate. It's going to activate your kundalini. The kundalini energy. And see, he got a yellow streak down his back. That's that energy. You either going to fight or flight. You're going to run to it or run from it. Because one thing about that reptilian brain, it got to be tamed and trained to be righteous and be submissive. It's there for a reason because it's energy. When you get mad, that's that kundalini energy. When you run from a dog, that's that kundalini energy. You get more energy. It's a boost. It's like a boost of energy. You have to use it to protect your family, to protect yourself. It's for survival. That part of your brain is for survival. So when people talk about the devil, they talk about your lower frequency. They talk about the beast. That's your reptilian brain. When they talk about hell, when they talk about heaven, that's your higher vibration that would connect you to the heavens that's in the cosmos. So heaven and hell is the state of mind. It's not the place you go. It exists in your conscious and your subconscious mind. You have a lower vibration, a higher vibration. Every child on this planet, when they leave home, they're supposed to be in a higher vibration. But all this false doctrine that's going on in the world, it's causing conflict between all races of people. There's only one race, but all people that are human race, put it that way. We're out of order because we don't obey our laws, our natural laws. So people are unaware. They're so caught up in their religion, their politics, but everything that man made, they caught up in it. You're too Americanized. You turn your back on your African spirituality. That's where your true nature is. And that's the only weapon they got is keeping us from the knowledge of your true nature, your true self. Get to know thyself. That's the only weapon they got. And once you understand that, you'll see you can't nobody tell you what you can and you can't do. You'll see the world the way you're supposed to see it. Instead of seeing 3 dimensions, you see 5D. And we're the only ones that can reach that pinnacle. We're the only ones that can reach that level. That's why everybody else got to follow us. They got to line up. So we're going through a natural alignment. So right in front of everybody's face, we're changing the world. Even the little girl got on the man's back and told him, my daddy changed the world. You better listen to the children. You think they don't know what they're talking about? Oh, that child don't know what you're talking about. Yes, they do. You just don't hear them. I seen little kids break up fights between their parents. Tell them stop arguing. Because the child know it ain't right. The parents just don't know. They're destroying the child. And the child telling them, no, stop it. Because this is bothering me. Y'all not supposed to be doing this, but you won't pay attention to what the children say. Like I said before, a 7-month-old child could tell a 77-year-old man the truth through his spirituality, body language, and his emotions, facial expressions. That's a spiritual network. That's coming from this side. That's not coming from outside. So we got to understand we're going through a galactic spiritual enlightenment. That's why the black family and the human family got to line back up with the electromagnetic energy, that vibration of love. It's for everybody. Everybody waiting on the Messiah. All the Messiahs that you need came on the slave ship. Your saviors came on the slave ship. But you got to save yourself. But we are the messengers to deliver the message of the truth to the whole world. We got to take the whole world to their high vibration. Everybody not going to come. That's all right. It's already divided. Positive against the negative. Poor man against the rich man. Black man against the white man. But one thing about it, that's a fact. We were here first, the melanated people. We've been put last through slavery. Now we're becoming first right before everybody's eyes. See, sports and all this stuff, this secondary. I don't care if you could dribble a basketball or you could throw one. This is about life. This is about family. So the human family got to realign itself back to the natural, the true natural laws of nature they gave us. And that's for everybody. And once we get to that pinnacle, that level, everybody will be equal. Be no rich man, poor man. Everybody be the same. And everybody looking for a leader. Oh, he's a leader. Oh, Al Sharpton, the leader. Where he led us to. If you black in America, every man is a leader. You lead your family. That's a leader. And guide your family. That's why the black man got to get back in his house. He got to guide his family through all of this chaos that's going on. That's what it boiled down to. It's about family. You got your political institution. You got your religious institution, educational institution, monetary institution. But then you got your family institution. Which one is the most important? Family. That's the greatest and most human nature, the human race. That's the first and foremost and the greatest institution is the family. And it's out of order. The whole human family, black family, out of order. So it's time for us to repair it. Only slaves can heal slaves, and that's what we got to heal ourselves from. Once we heal and get back to that vibration of love, then everybody else fall in line. It's just that simple. Might not. It's simple to me because I know. If you don't know, you don't know. The Bible is a book on astrology, and all of those cats, brothers in there were astrologers. So that's how the king back in the day, he had his wizard, which was the astrologers. He had the priest and the king. The astrologers was the key. He knew when change was going to come and when this was going to happen, because it's already mapped out. It happens all of the time. This is nothing new, just like the seasons change. The tilt of the earth, and between the sun and the moon and the tilt of the earth is what's called the seasons of change. And the rotation around the earth around the sun called season change. You got your summer, winter solstice, and equinox. And Christ's story is all up in those stories right there. In the Zodiac is all in that story. 12 disciples, he made 13. It's all about the sun, the S-U-N, not the S-O-N. The higher power. Here's the sun. When you point in the sky, all you're doing is pointing to the moon and the sun. That's the higher power right there. It's the universe. The universe has its laws. Everything is built off laws up there. Nature has its laws. So we outside that law. That one law for everybody. Now it's time to come back to it. Guys, they were telling their stories. Oh, I went through this, but guess what? We all had to go through something hard to get to that crossroad. As long as you got to the crossroad, we all got a story to tell, and we took the hard route to get there. We had to take the hard route because if we got it easy, we'll destroy it again. We'll misuse it like we did before. We'll leave those laws alone and start making our own laws again. That's why around the world, everything is falling. These dictatorships, everybody. Like I say, you can put any weapon you got, any religious book you got. I don't care how much money you got. Once you hear the truth, if you can't unhear it. And once you hear that truth, that money, the guns, and everything you have behind don't mean nothing. Because you've been judged. Now you know better. Now can you do better? Can you accept that truth or you going to run? And most people go run and hide up under a rock. The president already went hid in the bunker, underground. You see, the devil's in the ground here. He was in the ground. And the devil is nobody that see the world backward in a reptilian mind, a reptilian brain, a primitive nature. So when you come to your primitive nature, that beast in you, control that beast in you. The devil is in you. And you come to your higher self, then you become God-like with the little G. Your pineal gland open up to the astral projection, to the electromagnetic energy, to the stars, to the heavens. That's why we don't need spaceships to go to the cosmos. We are the vessel. And that's why everybody got to line up behind us. You see, they say we were 3/5 human, but they are 3/5 human. They got Neanderthal in them. Chinese, everybody, except for the 100% human, Africans. We the only ones got 100% human hair. Human color. Hue means color. Original skin. When the child left home in Africa, he knew the stars. He knew the medicine. He knew the plants. He knew the animals. He knew how to navigate his way through this whole world by himself. Because he was in tune with nature and the universe. And that's why I say nobody need to be led. Even in thinking Genesis, they asked for a leader, say you don't need no leader. But they asked for one and gave one. So where had the leaders led you? Straight to their pockets. If you don't do what they say, they'd put you to death. Who gave anybody authority that they say, I could kill this man for not doing what I'm saying? Who gave them authority over them to put us on the ground and chain us up? Who gave them authority to everywhere they went, they destroyed, murdered, and took? What's man is man, what's yours is man. They still got that same attitude. So a lot of people waiting on the president to change and waiting for these white people to change. They are not going to change. They are sick people. They're caught in their world. There's some sick black people out there too. Sick Asians. That's why our planet is sick, because we sick. We heal ourselves, we heal the world. Simple as that. It's unfolding right before your eyes, but if you deaf, dumb, and blind and caught up in this materialistic world, you'll never see it. If you don't pick up books and read for yourself, don't let somebody give you knowledge. Pick it up and see for yourself. You don't have to believe nothing I'm saying. But pick up books and read. Read astrology. Learn about your brain, because your brain is what guides you through life. That's why people say, I felt this burning sensation in my heart. That was that spirit. The heart is the spirit. The fire is the spirit. Look at the alchemy chart. Earth, wind, and fire. That's what they're talking about. But they left the water element out. There's 4 elements. You got the positive side and the negative side. So that love vibration that people had, that compassion, that empathy that people had, it touched their heart. That's because the cosmos sent a signal to activate all of this. That's why so many people feel so compassionate, so, they just talking up, because your voice is your weapon. The tongue is the weapon. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Marcus Garvey, they used their tongues. They didn't use no weapon. They had no guns. They need none. They wasn't reading from a book. It was already in them. Ancestors chose them to deliver messages like they chose us. It's a lot of Martin Luther King's, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali's, Marcus Garvey's, Medgar Evers walking around right now. They're on the front line. You see them out there. The youth. You can't hide the truth from the youth. You can't trick them no more. They are 4 decades, 4 centuries removed from when we first came over here. Just look how far we came. They took our language. They took everything, cultures. They took everything and stripped us. And we had to start all over. Even how to talk, how to walk. And if you don't believe in the evolution, just look around you. Look how far we done came after them 400 years. We got a lot of people that's very articulate. It's very smart. We've been smart the whole time. What they call it, nigger rigging, we'll make it work. Our minds were still inventing. We still had the creative minds. Under all this oppression, we were still creating things, music, dance, instruments. But we also was singing and speaking the truth. We just weren't conscious of it. So once you plant the seeds of the truth in people's heads, it take somebody to come and fertilize it, to wake it up that's inside you, to wake up the spirit. Like it's time, like Teddy Pendergrass say, wake up everybody. There's no more time for backwards thinking, it's time for thinking ahead. We done voted, we done marched, we boycotted, we prayed. But it's getting worse instead of better. So you must change directions. If you're going in one direction and it's not working, you got to have common sense enough to change directions. It's not working. But how you going to use common sense when you've been taught by nonsense and you believe these nonsense lies? Beliefs and facts is something totally different. If you believe something, you got facts to back it up. You better hold on to it. You can't believe nothing your preacher told you in America. You can't believe nothing your preachers told you. Everything your mother and father tell you, you can't believe that. Your teachers, anybody, your political leaders, anybody, so-called political leaders. But when you do your own research and see for yourself, and if it's conducive for all races that could use it, that's what you keep and hold on to it and keep it. Because those are facts. It's not make-believe. It's for everybody. I gave this lady something to read. She said, oh, my husband to read all of this. No, I gave it to you for you to read. Your husband can't read for you. You got to read for yourself. The best teacher you could ever have is yourself. Not nobody in the classroom. It's yourself. And we're in the age of information. You could Google anything. Just like the first slave ship that left Africa and went to Portugal, the name of that slave ship was the good ship Jesus. It was a slave ship. It went to Portugal. The very first one to take slaves out of Africa. So they let you know the Arabs had slaves before the Europeans. Way before the Europeans, and Arabs still get using slavery today. Yeah, America still using slavery. We still under their mind control. We still being controlled through the minds by them and don't even know it. People get mad at me when I say I don't vote and I don't go to church, and then they get mad and try to convince me why I should vote. You know what I tell everybody? I said, stop taking up for that white man's system. That's his system. Those are his laws. Those are his stories. Worry about your own story. We examine other people, we judge other people, and nobody will judge their own self. When Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, he talking about his inner self, not his outer self. We all see our reflection in the mirror, but you can't see what's inside. The spiritual world. You got to change his ways, and that's the only way you change your ways is through the spiritual world, not through the physical. You got to go inside yourself because that blueprint is waiting to be activated. The ancestor wisdom is waiting to be activated. And the thing about it, since my mind been free, I've been free. I've been in this zone for I'd say about 20 years now. And I found out once that African spirituality, once you start feeding the root, how your brain will wake up and you'll see the world where you're supposed to see it, and you'll start absorbing and reconstructing the past in your brain. You start reconstructing itself back to its natural state of mind, to its true nature, its true state of mind. And then you'll see your brain will become like the black hole. They absorb all the light energies, your pineal gland. And that's the black hole in your head, same one as in the heavens. It draws light energy, vibration. And music is the best way to activate it and communicate through the pineal gland is through the music. That's why soul music is so powerful. We done planted the seeds of the truth and the vibration of love in everybody's heart around the world through our soul music. That's why they call it soul music. Food for the soul. See, man don't live by bread alone. You need spiritual food. The physical food to survive, but to live, you need the right spiritual food. To live righteous, to live humble, the spiritual food. But right now, the people are so angry. We putting all this angry in our children, and they responded to it with anger. And boys that shoot up the school and stuff, they're just expressing what they've been raised around. Yeah, been mass murders all around the world. So the children telling on. Black man and black woman, you fighting each other, degrading each other. So what you think your children gonna do? They out there doing the same thing that you've been talking. You teaching them to do. Kill each other. And the first thing that come out of black people's mouth when the kids start crying and what, I'm a whoop, I'm a whoop, I'm a whoop, I'm a whoop. It don't take all of that. See, that's that slave mentality. You think you're gonna whoop somebody righteous? Because somebody don't agree with you, you want to fight? Because they don't agree with you? And the child start crying because they hurt or something. You want to shut up, stop crying before I beat you, before I whoop you. Oh no, that's not the way nature plans. Slaves want you. A slave master wants you to torture your children, put whips on their backs. You don't take all of that. Hell, they're gonna be aggressive. You be aggressive with them, they're gonna be aggressive when they grow up. So we put the bad energy in our children. I don't care what race it is. In Paris, they go and blow themselves up, but they go through the mother to get them to do it. They started when they're young. They plant them seeds in them. And see, those seeds will grow. Either the good seeds or the bad seeds, they're going to grow. But now it's time to get rid of the bad seeds, all the lies. That's why I say there's only one truth. That's why there ain't no S at the end of that one truth. It's for everybody. And that one truth is written in everybody's heart on this planet. It's in their DNA. So they can't avoid it. So once they hear that one truth, their hearts hear it. The heart knows this truth when it hears it. Do you have a pure heart for purification? Or do you have a black heart, a dark heart, a lot of evil? Because you won't make it. And that's where the real battle gonna start. Once you hear the truth, now you're accountable. Now the real war is on in your subconscious mind. Because the subconscious mind is a powerful place. People don't know how powerful it is. Subconscious mind never sleep. It never rests. That's where your dreams and everything come from, your ideas from the subconscious mind. Because you got information that's stored in and you don't even know you have. Your brain processes different information every day. As long as you hear it, you're going to process it. And through repetition, if you keep hearing it, you really going to process it. That's why singing to your children is the best way to teach. Singing to anybody, human race. The Africans, the elders, that's how they pass the wisdom to the children. At night, they dance and sing around the campfires. They dance and sing to the children, the wisdom. And once I saw that, I looked, I said, dang, we've been singing and dancing, not even conscious of the truth since we've been over here. So we've been teaching people under all this oppression. We still been teaching. They still been following us. Look at the big picture. We had to be somebody that's special, has superpowers for order for the whole world to dislike us. So they say. They really don't. They really love us. It's just a jealous thing. They want to be us. But to go out their way to take the natural law from us and replace it with theirs and to put us through what we went through, you have to be somebody that's powerful and special. Because when you say you're blessed, you are blessed, but you just don't know how blessed you are. You blessed with the ability to change the world, to put the world in order. That's what you're blessed with. You blessed with melanin. And that melanin absorb all the electromagnetic energy like no other race. Their pineal gland been calcified. That's why they can't do what we do. That's why they can't pick up the receptions from the cosmos through the hair like we do. And hair is an extension in your brain, your nerves in your brain. That's why it hurt when we pull it and it pop. It's full of energy. Your hair not bad in that. Oh, you got some bad hair. Yeah, it's bad in a good way. It's an antenna. You pick up vibrations. Like I say, voices carry. You got a verbal network, you got a silent network. You just think about somebody, either talk about it, they either call to show up. That's no coincidence. You networking with that person at a distance. I stopped believing in coincidences a long time ago. The miracles, there's no such thing as a miracle. It's a miracle to them because they didn't know. It's not a miracle to us because we invented it. We knew. Knowing is one thing and not knowing is another one. So a lot of people don't really know that we're going through a natural change. All lies being exposed. All these secret societies, they've been exposed, but now they're going to come down. Because one thing about that your reptilian brain, it'll devour your own self. You devour your own self when you get angry at somebody else and you can't control your emotions. You devouring your own self. You shortening your own days. because you're in the vibration of fear and anger. And anger does something to your heart. It pumps it up. It pump all the blood to your muscles to get ready for fight or flight. So you got to sit down and relax and distribute that energy. Because if you ever got mad, so mad, you'd be mad all day. And I guarantee you, you got a headache or some kind of sickness. You even might have got a cold. And the reason why is because your immune system is at its weakest, because it done took all that energy to sit into your muscles and everything for fight or flight. It's energy. That's why you got to calm down and let that energy redistribute itself throughout your body. That's why I say don't go let the sun go down and let the devil, your own beast, get a hold of your soul. That mean don't hold it. Let it out. You got a right to get mad, but let it out and let it go. Don't hold on to it. They say stress is key, but they don't never tell you how. You put stress on your heart, stress on your brain, it's going to shorten your days. It's just as simple as that. See, so I'm trying to get people to understand this is bigger than politics, bigger than religion. Like I said in the last video, all that stuff is coming down to an end. All around the world. I don't care who it is. If you got a rich man and poor man, there's no harmony. It's going to come down. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some places on this earth it's working to the T. You go to Sweden, Denmark, they don't even take wedding vows over there. They let nature take its course. See, once you fall in love, nature is bound you together. You don't have to sign papers. You don't have to sign papers to be born and stuff. The white man, that's how he controls you. Your social security cards and all of that. He controlling you. Your birth certificate. That means I own you. And you got to go through them to get a birth certificate. No, you got to pay to be born. You got to pay to die. Something that's natural. Who put a price tag on that? Deserve too big for anybody to be paying for anything. So I just want to give people a heads up, an enlightenment, what's really happening. You can take it or leave it. You can believe it or not. Just do your own research. It's right there for you. It's right there in front of your eyes and everything. So man, he don't control nothing. Man got to submit. If we don't submit, man is going to destroy man itself. Man will destroy man. But it's two ways man can destroy man. Through death and through spirituality. Because there's a lot of people walk around dead, but the spirit of the truth is in them. But once they hear that spirit of the truth, see, so there's no coincidence. A lot of people say, oh, it made us go to a higher consciousness. We conscious now. It's supposed to happen. It's no coincidence that a lot of brothers and sisters talking on the same high vibration. There's no coincidence. It's supposed to happen. 400 years, they tell you it's going to happen. So all evil, live, spell backwards. If you see the world backwards, you call it your primitive state of mind. All that bad energy got to go. That bad karma is going to take care of itself. Let the negative take care of the negative, positive take care of the positive. We see the positive people. They on display on the TV. That's why the protest is so peaceful now. You got to laugh and dance when change coming. When you're telling the truth, you can't be angry. Because when you get angry, that's when your own beast will consume you. Your own brain will consume you. You can't think right. That's why you got to stay humble, stay civilized. So this is Michael Hamer. I just want to come back at you. Next time I come back, hey, we're going to take it all the way. Because this is a soul thing. Black power. Everybody got the black power sign up now. No coincidence. Everybody real or not. So Kaepernick, I knew what was happening. See, the whole NFL back then would have stood up with him. We'd have been way ahead of it. But now everybody want to kneel down because the man put that knee on him in his neck. But Kaepernick knew what he was doing. Everybody was worried, oh, he gonna lose money and stuff. Man, that money don't mean nothing. Life is more precious than money. Now everybody see what he was talking about. Now he's a hero. He was the GOAT from the hero. But I knew what he's talking about from the beginning. And see, those scared slaves, the football players back, they should have been right there with him. But they didn't want to lose their money. They don't want to lose their fame. They live an American dream. But what about Martin Luther King's dream? The revolution is being televised. The Rainbow Warrior coming to your stations real soon. Black Power.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LanceScurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LanceScurv.